Hi guys, I am going to be reading a speech that I wrote yesterday. Hope you guys like it. Feel free to comment, like it, share it. If you feel somebody may be encouraged or empowered by this speech or may just need to hear it, feel free to share it, comment it, like it. Definitely, please like it. Honest feedback would be great. Yeah, so I'm going to be reading it from the paper just because I don't have it memorized yet. So if you catch me looking down a little bit, that's what it is. It's me reading off of the paper. I have it somewhat memorized, but not completely. So yeah, let's get on to the speech. Each and every day, we meet people who have what we call the God complex. These are the people who walk around as if they are better than everyone else. These are the people who will blatantly disrespect and put people down, making them feel insecure, worthless, like a failure, etc., etc. These same people who we call that have the God complex will also be the ones who will sit there and demand respect from the same very people that they treated harshly. They fail to realize that respect is not freely given. It is, something that needs to be earned. Um, if you want people to respect you, then you in return need to respect them. Oftentimes growing up, our parents would say one of two things. One, if you have nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all. Okay? Simple enough. Easier said than done sometimes, but it is what it is. And two, treat other people the way that you want to be treated. Oftentimes, people will forget about these two important rules in life and take no regards to other people's feelings. People are so quick to speak without thinking if what they are saying may come across as rude or disrespectful. A lot of the times, the people who are affected by these people who have the God complex become depressed, anxious, insecure. Their self-esteem gets lowered and they begin to feel worthless, hopeless, alone, and unloved. That's kind of sad. People don't seem to take into consideration how their actions and their words not only affect them, but it also affects everyone around them. It's like a domino effect. You could say one wrong thing to somebody in a day, and that will set their whole mood for the rest of the day. So because you were disrespectful towards them, or because you put them down or made them feel bad, or you said something harshly, you just changed their whole mood for the day, and now they're walking around the world crabby and angry and bitter. And so now they're going to move on to the next person and start acting harshly towards someone else. And it just keeps going, and the pattern never changes. These people who end up becoming depressed and anxious oftentimes struggle with being around people. So they start to see less of the us and we, and they start seeing more of I and me. They start, closing themselves off to other people. They close off their hearts to love and happiness and hope, and all they see is negative. They feel unloved and unappreciated, and like no one is in their corner. And before you know it, these people who are struggling with the depression and anxiety, PTSD, borderline personality disorder, and whatever other bipolar, whatever other mental health issues they may have, before you know it, these people are turning to drugs and alcohol and self-harming and popping pills, or even worse, suicide. I know what it's like. I've been there. I've struggled with depression and anxiety since I was 15. And I struggled with self-harming for many, many years. And it really affects people. It really does take a toll on people when you're walking around with this God complex as if you're entitled to whatever it is you want, or you feel entitled to be able to talk to people however you want, and you don't need to take their consideration into feelings because it's all about you. Because you feel that you're better than they are, which is the farthest thing from the truth. Nobody is better than anybody. We are all equal. We all live, we all die. We are all born in this world the same exact way. So nobody is better than anybody else. We all make mistakes. We all say things that we shouldn't. We all do things that we shouldn't. No one is perfect. But it's one thing to make a mistake, and it's another thing to blatantly just disrespect people without any consideration for their feelings. Let's see. These people who struggle with depression and anxiety oftentimes don't tell people about their problems or what's going on inside their head because they feel alone. They feel as nobody's listening, so nobody cares. So why should I even bother speaking when honestly no one is going to listen to me anyway? They feel like their voices are not going to be heard. They're afraid to speak up because they feel as if their voices are not going to be heard. So they just keep it bottled up until eventually they just explode like a rocket into space. They allow these emotions to just build up and build up and build up and build up until they can no longer control it or can hold it in anymore. So they just erupt and they become explosive and they do drastic things, whether it become extremely sexually active, whether they become alcoholics or drug addicts, or they start gambling. It's so incredibly heartbreaking to see how it affects so many people in our world. There are millions and millions of people who suffer with mental health issues. And it all starts with people belittling them or bullying them and putting them down. They want to speak up, but because they feel that nobody's going to listen or their voices won't be heard, they say nothing at all. And they become more quiet and more distant until it's as if they're invisible. What a difference our world could be if people would choose to love instead of hate, if people would choose kindness over arrogance. All it takes is one simple act of kindness to make the world a better place. All it takes is one small voice among the millions to step up and speak for those who can't speak for themselves. We can't do it alone. One person is all it takes. One person to say, I will break the chain. One person to break that chain and set the person free. Someone to say, I will stand in their corner. I will love them. I will show them compassion. I will care. Like I said before, mental health is an everyday struggle for millions all over the world because they feel alone in this world. They feel unappreciated, unloved. They feel like nobody's in their corner. They need somebody to step up and take a stand and show them that they're not alone, that there are people who will be there for them no matter what. This God complex that people tend to have, it destroys people. It breaks them down, breaks emotionally. It lowers their self-esteem to the point where they start taking drastic measures because they feel that they have no other options, or because they feel that they just want out. They want gone. They don't want to live in a world where people are going to make them feel less than what they are. We need people who will fight against these people and stand up and say, hey, this is not okay. And you know what? You need to treat them better. You need to respect them more. Because if you know somebody's being bullied, or you know somebody is emotionally hurting somebody or physically hurting somebody, and you do nothing about it, then you're just as guilty as the person who's actually doing it. And then, like I said before, most importantly, just step up, speak out. Let these people know that they're not alone, that they are worth it, that there is somebody who will stand in their corner, that there is somebody who will love them, who will be there by their side through the good times and the bad. Thank you. And again, like it, comment it, share it. Let me know what you think. And most importantly, share it. Share it, share it, share it. Pass the word along. Thank you.